I mean, the podcast is basically, at this point, it's a chance for us to get together and update each other on what's going on. And then talk
I
about
mean,
things that we're happy about.
it's a nice niche on the channel because we've got the D&D stuff going on, and the podcast is talking out of character.
Yeah. It's like the behind the scenes. So, I guess Malachi's asleep, so, I called him, but he's not showing up. How you doing, Alex? Cool.
Cool.
This is the Player 4 Podcast. Join us each week as we talk about video games, entertainment, and pop culture, and bring in guests from the Rooster Teeth community. Player 4 has entered the game.
Hello and welcome to the Player 4 Podcast. I'm your host, Shagrazir, aka Tristan, aka Shagrazir.
I'm Alex, aka Chaos Black 21.
I'm Joseph.
Why did you suddenly get so quiet, Joseph?
Yeah, you got very quiet.
Joseph? I guess he died.
Well, he is in a park.
Must have lost his connection. He walked all the way to the park and then died. Alright, well, he'll return, hopefully. How are you doing, Alex?
Until then, it's just you and me, Tristan.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, because I've asked you 2 questions and I haven't gotten any answers.
I haven't heard the questions, so
That's
you might
why.
have been waking up.
That's why I'm asking if you can hear me.
Testing.
Oh, look, Joseph's back.
Yeah, and I can hear Tristan.
Okay.
Apparently, Discord's been having trouble.
How's the park looking, Joseph?
It's pleasant. It's a little humid, but, nothing out of the ordinary.
And is it crowded?
Okay. It seems crowded, but it actually isn't. There's a lot of vehicles, but everyone's spread out doing different things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I see an old couple with their dog further up the trail, but that's about it.
Well, keep your distance. Be safe.
Yep. I don't want to look like I'm trying to keep my distance.
Why not?
I'm just going to walk casual.
You should definitely look like you're trying to keep your distance. I
No,
scowl.
I'm trying to fly casual, Tristan.
I scowl at people and point.
You guys know how hot it was in Texas today?
No.
Me neither, but it was really hot. It was probably like 100 degrees.
I think it was like 60 or 70 degrees here in Massachusetts today. I don't know. I didn't go outside.
You want to know what I did today?
What did you do
Wow,
today?
I'm jealous. I went to campus, and today was the faculty luncheon, the faculty staff luncheon, outdoors, with barely any shade, and 100-degree weather, in the middle of the day.
This all sounds like a slew of bad ideas stacked on top of each other.
Well, I went because I was getting a certificate for teaching for 5 years. And also there was brisket.
Uh-huh.
Brisket's a good decision, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah, I didn't know that there would be
It's a
brisket.
good reason. Not necessarily it's a good decision, but it's at least a good reason.
Brisket for the brisket.
Don't risk it for the brisket.
I get that now.
So, you got your mask with you?
I don't need it here at the park. I'm maintaining a very large distance between me and people. But if I'm in a public place with lots of people, yes.
I just don't walk out my door without it. I've forgotten it twice. I got about 5 feet from the door and ran back inside to get it. Today, I ran down to grab food from the delivery guy, and he looked up and immediately took 5 steps back because, and I realized it was because I didn't have my mask on, and I apologized. I grabbed the food and from up because they set it on the ground for you, so I grabbed it up off the step and went back inside. I just don't go anywhere without it these days. What about you,
Yes,
Alex?
especially in
Especially, I'm sorry, I interrupted Joseph. Especially,
especially in a big city like where you live.
yeah,
Sorry.
that's fine. All right, Alex.
I just continue using my mask that we get provided each day at work.
Have you seen the videos going around about the different people working the stores having to ask people to leave because they're not wearing their masks and the inevitable pushback?
Yeah, no, I don't watch any. I don't watch any of that stuff. I'm not going to be bothered to watch a-holes.
I brought it up because I'm proud of the people working those stores, telling those people to leave.
I find it
I mean,
funny that
that's
people
fine.
are like, I find it funny people are like, I'm going to boycott the stores that don't let me come in without a mask.
Thank
But the
you.
result is the same.
We thank you for not coming in without your mask, then.
Yeah. Appreciate it. It's a whole other topic how Americans seem to think that there's some like colonial patriot every time that they don't like a store and call it boycotting.
Yeah. There's a lot of misguided people out there.
It's not new.
No. Nope. So, après-vous.
Do what?
Après-vous.
Acquez-vous.
I thought you
That
studied...
would be like a French superhero played by a French version of Jason Momoa.
Okay.
Acquez-vous. I don't know. I guess this week has just sort of been another week.
Another week in a slew of weeks that all feel like the same week.
Yes, but I'm excited about how we're still getting to do things on our Twitch and YouTube and stuff, and video game streaming and D&D, and it's keeping us sane, you know.
Doing everything I can.
Yeah, Malachi isn't here to spread the good news.
Oh yeah, the thing he didn't want to talk about, but talked about.
Yeah. That's okay. Alex, why don't you tell us about what Malachi is asking you to do?
Well, he's not asking me. He's asking you and me.
I mean, I've been playing with him for a decade and a half. I didn't need to be asked. I would do it.
So, apparently on the 27th, which is next Wednesday,
Woo.
on PC, Fantasy Star Online 2 released.
Yeah, official release. Years-
Officially released. And
years
it's on
back.
Xbox already, on Xbox One.
Oh, look at that.
And apparently it's cross-platform.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to play together. And then that means that's another game that we can stream for the Player 4 podcast.
That would be fun. Years ago, it had released in Japan but didn't come to America. And so Malachi and I found a place where you could download the raw Japanese game and play on their servers. And so we had done that. So we got to play it just a little. It was a great improvement over the first Phantasy Star Online game. Played very similarly, though. Kind of a mishmash of the first one and Phantasy Star Universe that came out afterward. We had a good time, but, like, with my aptitude for Japanese at the time that we were doing it, we could only get so much of the story, like half or a third of what was going on. And I was doing my best to explain what the NPCs were talking about, with my rudimentary Japanese understanding. So it'll be nice to finally know what the story's really about.
And so you guys will get to teach me how to play it and all that. So that'll be fun.
Yep.
And it's cool. I'm glad that some more games are finally going cross-platform.
Oh yeah. I met Malachi in like 2003. That's when we started hanging out. And
man, 17 years.
yeah, it's been a while. Thereabouts. I think that I didn't meet him until we went to high school, and my good friend Edward went to high school with him, so I met him through Edward. And it was sometime around there that we had a GameCube, and one of the games that came over with the GameCube was Phantasy Star Online, which is a continuation of a much, much older series just called Phantasy Star, which, interestingly enough, was kind of like a Final Fantasy Chrono Trigger ripoff, where it was just like an adventure, a single-player adventure game. You got a party together, and then you did turn-based combat in. And then Phantasy Star Online came out, and it was, like, super in the future. Like, you're just on spaceships with laser guns and lightsabers, and you're trying to figure out what happened on this planet that the colonists were trying to settle when they escaped their planet's destruction. And it was just nothing like the original Phantasy Star. It was crazy. But we played that on the GameCube every time. Like, we still play it when we get together, and I got together with Malachi, just before Christmas, and we were playing it. We just fire up the GameCube and sit down. It was a pretty straightforward, simple game, just a very short storyline, and you just go in, and it's kind of a looter shooter. Go in and get cooler and cooler weapons and new fighting styles and stuff to take down enemies with, and you just kind of get show-offy. Keep upping the difficulty level.
The best weapons.
Oh man, that's tough. In the Phantasy Star Online that I've played so much, I liked using the double sabers, which were like, think of Darth Maul's lightsaber. It's kind of like that. I think that they had some of the coolest attack animations, and they had some of the highest damage output just because of how many hits they accomplished. So, but there's lots of stuff to choose from, like rifles, shotguns, blaster pistols, and swords, axes, scythes, daggers, all kind of stuff. And then there was the magic. But like I said, it was a pretty simple, straightforward looter shooter. Really nothing special, but it was kind of like the core of our like gaming pastime. It was just something that we could sit down and shoot the breeze while running through the levels and hoping to get new stuff and grind away at trying to get that like low percent drop stuff. It was just that was our that was our high school.
What's even better is that it is free to play.
Woo!
I mean, there is apparently like add-ons that you can purchase.
I hate those microtransaction BS.
I don't know if I think that also includes like expansions or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, it was a few years ago that it released in Japan and not the US. I don't know what's changed since then.
We can play the base and maybe
see how we like it.
Still, if it's still good, we're all like, yeah, this is awesome. We can go in and go further.
Yeah. I still wish Destiny had been cross-platform so we could have played with you.
Yeah, I haven't played Destiny in a while. Pretty much once they released the expansion, like the last big expansion, because I didn't want to pay for it again. I didn't want to buy Destiny a second time.
Yeah. I feel you. Especially with just how hard, like, if you want to do the raid content and stuff, you gotta just, like, be friend listing randos because they refuse to put a matchmaking in for it.
Yep. That's another reason why I'm like, I don't have anybody who plays on Xbox, so...
I'll never understand why they didn't just allow that to be match-made. Just doesn't make sense.
I don't know,
to me.
because you can make... It shouldn't be that hard to make just, like, the PvE content, like, cross-platform, and then leave the PvP out, because obviously mouse and keyboard is going to dominate controller if you do that. But, I mean, even Call of Duty now, in matchmaking and multiplayer, they do that cross-platform, and they have PC players playing with console players.
Huh. How does that go, do you know?
I don't typically play the Call of Duty multiplayer because I don't like it. I'm too used to Battlefield now, and I like Battlefield more. But my friends that play it, they typically turn off cross-play because they don't want to...
Because they get wrecked.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with mouse and keyboard.
I don't know. We should let Joseph put it to bed. Joseph, what do you prefer, mouse and keyboard or control sticks?
It depends on the game, but overall, mouse and keyboard.
That's not fair. Both of you are more computer people anyways.
He plays his Xbox a ton, or whatever you have. What do you have? Xbox, right?
I play Skyrim with a controller
There you go.
and Fallout.
I don't know. I still consider you as like more a computer player than a console player.
I am
so.
more of a computer player, and also mobile.
I play some mobile from time to time. I got
Really,
one
I haven't bought an Xbox in over a decade, so the 360 is actually in Michael's room.
Does he play Minecraft in there?
He does have Minecraft on there, but I think he prefers to play on the computer because with WASD because that's how he can play on the Realm.
I see. The Xbox can't connect to the Realm?
I don't know if it can, but also the Xbox has trouble connecting to the internet.
Oh.
I don't think it can because it's Java edition.
I see.
The Realm is.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So, yeah, I think it can't. I think it has to be PC specifically, which kind of blows, but whatever. Speaking of Minecraft, I started solo streaming this week.
Oh, yeah?
Monday was... What was Monday?
I just
I played some Magic on Monday,
Yeah.
and then I rage quit.
Oh.
Aww.
What?
We said,
You said,
aw.
"Aw."
Yeah, I rage quit. I kept getting bad situations and not drawing good cards and stuff. And also, I think like one person was watching, so I didn't feel bad about ending the stream.
Holy
And then
crap.
yesterday was Skyrim Tuesday. And then today was Minecraft Wednesday. And I'm going to take a break tomorrow, but eventually, very soon, we're going to have our new D&D game on Thursdays on the P4 channel.
Oh.
And then
Nice.
Friday is going to be Music Theory.
Music theory. The theory of music. I theorize that music exists.
Yes, that is a good starting point, I suppose.
I theorize music is good.
I really would recommend the Friday streams for anyone because I'm starting at square one.
There you go. So I could learn music theory.
Yes.
Ooh.
This summer, I'm starting at square one. Intro to music theory, and then by the end of the summer, you're ready for music theory 1.
There you go. So if you ever thought maybe you were interested in music theory or you want to pre-game your college music theory classes, tune in on
Yo.
Fridays to our Twitch channel, and Joseph will teach you pre-Music Theory 1 the theory that music exists?
So
Well, okay, the starting point is showing where notes are on the piano,
Okay.
and then showing how that correlates to reading music,
Uh-huh.
and then from there starting to connect some dots on note relationship.
There you go. So if you don't know how to read music, listen to Joseph. You'll learn how to read music.
I don't know how to read music.
Boom. Then you should
and
tune in.
I want to know then if I follow the Friday streams and then decide to enroll in your course, then it'd be a breeze for me, right?
Yes, absolutely. What I'm covering this summer is stuff I have to breeze through over the course of 2 weeks in Theory 1 that I have to assume most of them already knew from high school. So it's a really useful course I'm doing this summer, and the archives will be on my YouTube channel. And I believe, while it's going to be on my YouTube channel, on my Twitch channel, P4 will be hosting, so you can find it that way. And my streams are always at 2 to 4 p.m. Central.
There you go. Put that in the link dump, Alex.
We have a
Start
link
with
dump?
The link dump. The link dump happened for 2 episodes, and then it was all right, not happening. Too much work. Nobody provided links.
Hey, don't blame me, even though it might be my fault.
No, I mean it wasn't just you. Other people would talk about stuff, and then they wouldn't give links for it, and so then it was fine. I'm not gonna go find it.
Hey, just so you know, Matt317 appeared in the chat about 5 minutes ago.
Matt, what are you up to?
I don't know. He hasn't responded when I said hey, but he said KBM, which I assumed meant kaboom.
Huh.
Unless it means something else
Kills
to you.
and birth. Wait,
Kick big
that'd be
monkeys.
KBR, kill the birth ratio.
I think the kerning is okay. I'm pretty sure it's an M, so it could be cool bowel movement. Which
Yes.
is perfect
Cool
for you, because
cool.
you're the poop story guy.
Yes, I am. Man, that was so long ago.
Not long enough that
I
we
just
forgot.
started teaching. When we started our podcast, I think I was in my first year of teaching.
There you go. I
that
think that's
crazy?
accurate. Yeah, I think you'd just been made an adjunct professor at that time.
Yeah, right before that,
Oh,
that first year as an adjunct was when I was doing 5-question interviews, and then that transitioned into the podcast.
he explained keyboard and mouse. KBM is keyboard and mouse.
Oh, gotcha.
Us keyboard and mouse
I like to
players
call it
know
WASD.
that stuff, of course.
Right. I like to call it WASD.
WASD. I just say WASD. WASD.
WASD.
Yeah, WASD.
Was.
Was the D good?
Yes.
Thank you.
If you were asking me.
Yeah.
I'll stick with my controller, my joysticks and buttons. And
You should ask
shoulder
Matt317 if
buttons.
he wants to be a player in your D&D game on Thursdays.
I'm going to be putting some feelers around, and I'm kind of excited about some of the people that I'm going to be approaching about it. In addition to being excited about Tristan, Alex, and possibly Malachi.
Who are NPCs, apparently.
Are you NPCs?
I don't know. That's what it sounded like when you gave us the description.
No,
we,
you're gonna
Are we NPCs or are we players?
be players,
Oh, okay.
unless you want to play NPCs for me.
I mean, there have been so many people who have asked me if they can play an NPC for a session of my game, and I'm like, I don't know how I would do that. I don't know how to include you like that, because all the NPC, I'd have to do a branch story, and the players are so focused on the story they're going on. I can't even entice them with side hooks and stuff these days. If it doesn't relate to the thing they're directly working on, they just ignore all my hooks.
Yeah, the only way
Maybe
he
you
gets
just have someone available.
the only way he gets our attention is by locking us in a square of wall of force and taking our magic away.
I mean, it
So
works.
here's what you do: you get yourself a character actor like myself, just there, and then you say, okay, and you meet this person, and they have this personality, and now go, and then your character actor will start to play that character.
I guess. I had one person I work with was like, you got to put me in a session, and I just whenever I don't know what's going on, you just be like, you guys wake up one day and this guy is just wailing on you. It's like, what? He's like, yeah, I just want to be beating the ever loving snot out of them. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll think about it.
Level 1.
I'll think about it. Yeah, I mean, at this point, like, if it was just him, and he wanted that to be any kind of a not one round long fight, he would need to be, like, 20th level. D&D is lost on him. Matt, no, it's so good.
It's so good!
Come on. We've got almost 50 episodes. By the way, yesterday, was our 49th broadcast episode.
What?
Of Everybody Loves Riken, and I slept through half of it, so I felt bad about that, but there's still 2 hours of good game.
You slept through, like,
a third.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. You're
No,
generous.
I said 45.
Oh, 45. Yeah, which is a lot, and I'm still upset about that. But we got going, and the cool thing about that is that we had to call time on the episode right as, like, the big reveal with the big bad guy for this piece of the story is going on. So that means episode 50 gets to be, like, the climax, and that's pretty cool. Everybody's gonna die.
Cool.
It's good thing I got my life
in
clear.
any campaign.
The bad guys are gonna die, the good guys are gonna die, the world's gonna die, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, because the climax song.
As Alex said, Joseph, the big bad guy in this section had a lot of time to prepare for these guys coming at him, and they had to go through the big maze that was the fortress that he hid himself inside of, and so when they finally got to him, he's just like, and you're trapped in a box. What are you gonna do?
You played us because we could have maybe avoided that if we all went one by one.
It's true.
Instead, you're like, you're just like, I could just stop combat and just have you all go together. Wink, wink.
I gave you the option.
Yeah.
You made the decision yourself. I just said we can do it like this if you want. And everybody was like, yeah, that sounds fine. And I'm like, perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
DM send the worst mixed signals ever.
No, I just played on your insecurities and made you feel like moving as a group would be safer.
Tristan, you should play Magic with me. There's a lot of bluffing involved.
Bluffing? I just draw cards until I die, right?
Well, that's the way I play.
Where do I have to go to sign up for it? I just go to, like, mtgarena.com or something?
You could just Google it, Magic Arena.
Cool.
But playing online, the bluffing is a lot less nuanced, a lot more difficult to pull off a bluff. So in paper Magic, a bluff is much like poker, where you want to over or underrepresent what you got going on.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of nuance to it, and there's tells if you care about that sort of thing.
Yep.
And there's the way that you go about thinking about a decision. But on Arena, the way that you bluff is if you have an instant, something you can play at instant speed, flash, instant, any of that, or an activated ability. Well, I guess that can't hide that. Then you don't want them to know about it. Then whenever you would be getting priority over and over and over, and they're like, oh, they've got an instant, you would instead be holding down a button that makes it to where you're passing priority constantly. And there's other situations where you want them to think that you have an instant, so you push a button that makes priority stop on you all the time.
Okay. So
Anyone who doesn't play Magic does not care about what I just said.
I mean, I understood the mechanics of what you said. It is definitely going over my head. The importance of it.
You want to represent something that's not true
Uh-huh.
in a situation where you would get an advantage if your opponent believed you.
Okay, got you now.
If your opponent thinks that you have an instant, then they're going to try to play around it, which buys you time to get the instant. If your opponent thinks that you, I lost my train of thought. If you have the instant, then you want them to think you don't, so then they'll play into it.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's coded in C++. Ugh.
What?
I said it's coded in C++. Ugh.
So in the Magic community, and especially the Magic Judge community, we have an adage which is wizard and technology do not mix.
Yeah.
Wizards of the Coast, the company,
Oh yeah, no,
they
I
just
know
don't
what you mean.
mix.
Watsy.
And on the Judge Slack for my region, there's also a little picture that will pop up because of Slackbot, which is Pocket Sand from King of the Hill, which is appropriate because we're from Texas.
I see.
And it's anytime we bring up WotC being really bad with technology, someone will bring up Pocket Sand as a distraction.
Pocket Sand.
It's just a well-known thing.
Okay.
There's also a Twitter account called "Is MTGO Still Bad?" which is the other Magic client. It's the one that looks like Windows 98 crap, and it's the main way to play Magic if you want to play a format that's not standard.
I see.
And all they'll do is they'll just retweet things where people are complaining about MTGO and say yes. Yes, MTGO is still bad.
Okay. Good to know. Magic the Gathering
But
Online.
Arena's pretty good.
Okay.
And Malachi added me, but he hasn't been on when I've been on.
I see. Well, I just made an account and
Sweet.
downloaded the program.
So it's like Hearthstone, but instead of needing to break down cards in order to make other cards,
Yeah.
you just keep opening packs to get wild cards.
Okay. We'll see how it
And
goes.
it'll be a little bit slow going to build something with a bunch of rares, but if you're wanting to build a decent budget deck, it's pretty easy.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been much for TCGs or deck building games. Like, when I was a kid, I did the Pokemon card game for a bit and made what I thought were cool decks. We were limited to 60 cards.
Yep.
I made 3 that I was pretty proud of, and then I don't think I ever built a deck for anything ever again.
Yeah, Pokemon's an interesting one because you can't just put together a budget deck and hope it works. You've got to have a set. There are only certain Pokemons that can win the game
I guess.
because the other ones will lose to them.
Mm.
So you can't just say I'm making a Pikachu deck and then hope to win. So you've got to go get yourself a whatever GX and a whatever. They've got the team ups now from 3rd gen.
Oh.
And EXs and megas, and you've got to kind of know what the big threats are,
I mean,
and then build yours appropriately.
I think my last deck was built before the year 2000, so
Nice.
none of
So it was 2 years old.
All of that. 2 years old. I was 12. Okay.
It was 2 years old, Tristan.
yeah, okay. Look, I know I'm younger than you, but I'm not that young.
Hold on, muting myself.
Wish I could. I have to mute in 2 places, so people just have to deal with the fact that I'm sick. Sorry. Shut up. You have to play Xbox with me for the next 2 hours.
Yeah, well, get ready for some grenades.
Fudge. I had to censor myself there.
I'll make sure your sniper rifle goes further than the 2nd level.
Yeah, you're gonna send it straight to the moon this time, huh?
Yep.
Why does Halo have a moon?
Halo has a moon, doesn't it?
And where is it?
Guys, I'm excited about the new Halo game that's going to come out.
Infinity?
Infinity, yes.
Are you
If it is what is
Are you
promised, because
getting the new console?
I probably would have to, yes, but I haven't gotten one for a long time, so I think I could talk to Gina and she'd probably give me permission.
Ah.
It's so
It's
far
been a
out,
while.
though.
So what? I am so excited if it is what they promise, because they make similar promises with Infinity or Infinite as they did with Mass Effect Andromeda, which was like open world exploration and when they were first making Andromeda before the boss changed and then changed their goals, it was going to be procedurally generated. And then they changed bosses, and the new boss was like, "We can't do that; it's taking too long." But Halo Infinite is going to be really interesting if it is what they promise. Open world exploration, and then you go and you find where the level is going to be, and you do it. I hope it's not going to be just like Destiny again.
Halo Unfinite.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unfinite.
To me, Halo has always been a linear game, and I've been okay with that. So, having it change to be more open world, I'm a little wary of.
So, Alex, what if it was like playing a Halo game? Everything that you love about a Halo game, except there was an additional thing you could do where you just go around and explore.
But you can explore each map anyways.
Sure, but what if you had like the first Halo game, but anytime you like finish a level, you had the option of, instead of fast traveling to the next level, which is essentially what happens, you could instead just travel across the Halo to get to it.
That would be great until 2 Betrayals, where you have to go to the opposite side of the ring.
Sure,
Uh,
but what I'm envisioning is like if you had a Skyrim type game, but then once you get to the location, you do the level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm hearing you.
yeah,
Each
I don't
level
know.
ends up being kind of like a dungeon crawl for the Skyrim
Yeah,
world.
exactly.
I mean, I get where you're coming from, but unfortunately, the fact that you suggested having like Halo 1 be like that is it falls on deaf ears, because in my opinion, Halo CE was one of the best campaigns I've ever played. Probably the best campaign I've ever played.
It probably is.
It was decent.
It's
liked it.
pretty close to perfect.
I liked 3 a lot.
3 was a lot of fun. So was 2.
I mean, they were all fun, but that one just... I've told Tristan this last week when we started playing it again. I played this campaign so many times, over and over, and I never got tired of it.
I mean, there's a reason that it has so many speedrunners. It's a pretty good game.
It's all those people trying to skip the good parts. I mean, the good parts.
Well, they don't really skip the good parts. Most of the skipping that I've seen is skipping endless hallways, that sort of thing.
Mm. How do you skip them? They teleport?
Oh, there's a thing in Truth and Reconciliation when you get to the ship. The first thing you do is throw some grenades at a nearby Covenant tank,
Yeah.
and then you get under an arm of it, and then you look down at a certain spot, and then you pop up into the ceiling, and then you walk and walk and walk up in the ceiling until you arrive pretty close to where Keys is.
I think that must be what Alex was trying to do when he blew me the hell up.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I was like, maybe this will work and it'll get him further into the mission.
It almost worked, Alex. It almost worked.
Would have worked if you didn't die.
Yeah.
I just want to know who the heck somehow found that.
Figured it out.
Yeah, I don't know. There's entire communities of speedrunners that just try to break the game,
Yeah.
of whatever game it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. There are people who just There are game companies who just pay people minimum wage to sit in a dark, air conditioned room and just try to break the game in as many places as they can, and then note down all the places and ways that they broke it, so the coders can go in and try and fix those or block those, patch the holes.
Yeah, I just want
Did
to
you
know,
guys see?
I'm sorry. I just imagine seeing like speedrunners be like, "All right, let's grenade this spot." Nope, I died. All right, let's grenade this spot.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you do
I
it
died.
every
Oh,
2 inches.
Oh, I made it. I'm good.
I mean, for some of them, like if there's an effect, like if you see the tank move a little bit when you pop a grenade under there, somebody went, I wonder if I throw enough explosives under there, I can lift the tank to the point where I can crawl under it, and that could be, how they figured it out.
Maybe.
There,
Like,
do you guys
guys, look,
remember
I'm
old
under the
school
tank. Oh,
YouTube?
shoot. What?
Do you guys remember old school YouTube?
Yeah.
Where
kinda.
there was some videos where in Halo 3 this group of players would get one kill and then hide for the rest of the battle.
No. Glad I missed that.
They knew all the hiding spots in different maps so that you could get to a difficult to reach place,
Yeah.
and then they would get one kill early on.
Yep. And
then
then
once they had the
deny your team
they'd
any
hide.
kills, so they'd win 1-0.
Yes,
Jerks.
that's old school YouTube right there.
Yeah.
No like, comment, and subscribe. No faces. It was just, hey, look at our gameplay.
Yep. Look at us poning noobs.
Oh man, I remember saying poning noobs.
You gotta pwn some noobs going PvP.
Yeah, PvP me, 1v1 me.
Fight me IRL.
Yeah.
Putting that in the stream.
Hey Malachi, what's the time for?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Let's not let him live it down. We gotta bring it up next time he's on, too. We're like, Malachi, what time for? It's time to get the... Yeah, what was that? Can't hear you.
Right before we start Phantasy Star Online
We both just fall asleep.
2, we're just like, oh, sorry, Malachi, we're going to sleep.
Snap time.
You gotta go. I don't even know you guys.
He's gonna be bad.
He'll be like, what?
What?
Come on, guys.
Guys?
And I'm like, yeah, we'll make it to the podcast next time.
Yeah.
Running Dookie.
Running Dookie. Dookie spree.
Dookie Manjaro.
Dookie from the grave.
Get the flip out of here, Dookie.
Alright, let's get the Dookie out of here.
Oh, that's like you replaced the bad word.
Yeah. Hashtag goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry, did I interrupt something, Tristan?
No, totally not. Didn't. You're fine. It's great. I loved it. What were we doing? I wouldn't change a thing.
So Gina's been buying a lot of jewelry on Amazon that she can turn into better jewelry.
Okay. Just like flip it.
I guess so. Like she'll get different, like here's a bracelet and here's a thing with some beads, and then she puts them together because she used to work jewelry at JCPenney. And I'm like, does that mean I get to order something? Because you've been getting like a package a day on average. Because she's bored. And she said, I guess you can. And I said, well, I don't want anything, so I guess I could get something we need for electronics. So I got a cordless 360 controller for my computer that I'm going to use for streaming in my office. Hopefully it's quieter than the one I was using yesterday. The cord that's going to go back home. And then I got a better projector because the one we got was years ago not even worth what we paid for it.
Oh, man.
We're getting a 1K projector, and it should project nicely onto the wall space we have. So,
Excellent.
and then I got a stand for it.
Nice. What do those run you anyway? Because I got myself a nice big TV, but it was pretty expensive.
1K projector is around 110, 120.
Okay, that's nothing.
Yeah, it's like getting a 1K monitor.
I was curious
So-
about projectors just because when I moved into this place, when I got the new job and I moved into this place and I was like, I have money, I can get stuff and make this place like nice to live in. I went to the store and I was like, I want a big TV and I need a sound bar for it so it'll sound good. I want to be able to watch movies, sit on my couch, play video games, whatever. I want something nice. And the whole thing, like the whole setup was like almost $1,000. It was like, damn. Yeah, it was like $800 at the end of the day.
Yeah, my friend uses a projector. It looks pretty good.
I'm hoping that this 1K projector is pretty decent. I told Gina that while our eventual plan is, live somewhere that's not a tiny apartment and get a real good projector in place of our TV, I said, I feel like we probably want to get something in the meantime, right? And she said, yeah, because the projector we have is not good unless you're watching cartoons in a pitch black room. So the kids have it in Michael's room, and they're watching the How to Train Your Dragon series again right now. And in his room on his wall, and then we've got the space right now for the 1K projector when it comes in. I'll tell you if it's good.
All right.
I'm hoping it's clear enough you could play a video game on it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to the resolution for the text, because if you can't make out the text, then you're kind of sunk. All right, I'm gonna end the stream now.